Bowling Lanes has been a Lexington staple since 1960, and it's a business that's certainly seen its shares of highs and lows. And just recently, they sent out an email to their customers saying it is crucial that they continue supporting their business so they can remain open. WKYT's Jessica Umbro talked with employees and customers about what makes the South Lexington business so special.
We want to be not just a bowling alley, but like a community center.
Southland Bowling Lanes has been owned by the same family for 64 years.
COVID was kind of like a shift for the whole bowling industry. We all kind of had to learn how to modernize.
Samuel Sinkhorn, the assistant general manager, says they were in need of upgrades to entice new clientele, both those new to the sport and those who have some experience under their belt.
It's about an hour to get up here, but it's pretty nice that it's always open whenever I need to practice.
Megan Elliott says she makes the drive to Lexington from Danville because of Southland's flexible hours. She played in college for 2 different schools.
It's really nice to have somewhere where you can come with a few open lanes and just have nobody exactly beside you and just be able to focus on it.
My kids could come out bowling with us today. Maybe one day I'll bring my grandson out here to bowl too.
Maria Hochter says she's lived in Lexington her whole life, and Southland Bowling Lanes is a tradition passed down from generation to generation in the Southland community.
To be able to come out together is really fun. My husband actually is kind of struggling with Parkinson's disease, and to be able to come out here and get some exercise and move and have a little bit of enjoyment is great.
Sinkhorn says the newer look is to try to bring in younger bowlers with more options for entertainment like arcade machines.
We want them to feel a nostalgia about it, but never like they feel like that they should be getting something newer.
He tells me the business has been a staple in the community, and even as the times change, they plan to have Southland Bowling Lanes stay that way for years to come.
Everyone that I've met since I've worked here and family members that I've had that live in the area for a long time have always held this place as like a second home or somewhere that they can feel safe to be around their friends and family or just to be.
In Lexington, Jessica Umbro, WKYT.
You can find more information about Southland Bowling Lanes, including their hours of operation and any available bowling leagues. That can be found right now on WKYTnews.com or check it out on the WKYT News app.